Hey, this is Fady Hawatmeh, founder and CEO of Clockwork.ai. Today, we're going to do a deep dive into the Clockwork.ai platform and figure out all the little nuances and the most popular and powerful features and functionality of Clockwork. Now, before we get started, Clockwork is custom built from scratch on every single account with an integration into QuickBooks Online and Xero. So there's not one thing that you see here on our demo account that you will see on whatever account that you create. So every single thing from the charts, the graphs, the chart of accounts, the cash flow, the invoices, the bills, Clockwork builds the account from the transactional level. So it's literally pulling in up to 3 years of transactional data. Machine learning is actually analyzing it and building out a 5-year financial model, a 52-week weekly cash flow forecast, a 12-month balance sheet forecast, and a lot of the little nuances automatically. So I want to preface that off the bat. Now, when you look at Clockwork, the second you create your account, you get access to all of this. You have a dashboard, financial model, headcount planner. We integrate with all the major payroll providers as well. Cash flow forecast, balance sheet forecast, metrics dashboard, scenario planner, and reporting. So what we'll do is we'll walk through literally every one of these modules and we'll hit on some of the higher level features. On the dashboard, the second you start, you'll see a Clockwork score. So the Clockwork score is our way of kind of gamifying small and medium-sized business finance. It will actually score the financial health of your company based on these 6 characteristics. And if you ever hover over them, it'll actually tell you why your score is the certain definition that you have. And it'll range all the way from an A plus down to a D, and actually give you a real-time feel of how your company is performing and the financial health of your company or your client. Now you have your revenue, your EBITDA, your cash balance. And again, these are all live. So these are all your numbers, your year to date, your cash balances based on the feed that Clockwork pulls in from your QuickBooks Online or Xero account. We also have this audit log up here. So Clockwork will actually capture every single activity that happens in the account. So on all Clockwork accounts, you get unlimited users. Doesn't matter which tier you're on, but you will have unlimited users across the board. And that audit log will capture who did what they did, and when they did it. So you can always track who's in the account, who's collaborating, who's using things, who's doing different stuff. One thing I hated as a former CFO, when I send my financial model to anyone, they'll change something, they'll break a link, break a cell, and then they'll send it back to me and be like, hey, I don't know what I did, but blah, 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 blah. Then I have to go and hunt and peck. You don't have to do that at all with Clockwork. The financial model chart here, as you hover over, is you'll see you have actuals and you have the forecast all overlapping. And again, this is custom built out of the box. So you'll see your forecast on every net new account. A brand new account will have a forecast based on the machine learning. We'll kind of walk through the characteristics of what that looks like. Down here is your cash flow forecast. So Clockwork is the only solution that actually has a weekly cash flow forecast. You can do a 13-week all the way out to a 52-week cash flow forecast. The chart down here shows it all in real time. This is a dynamic chart, so you can actually select or unselect, select or deselect any of the P&L headers on the financial model, so you can see those charts, have those conversations with your clients, with your exec team, with your shareholders, whatever it may be. Now, getting into the financial model. The financial model is Clockwork's workhorse. This is where a lot of our users will spend a ton of their time to customize, because the beauty of Clockwork is it's completely collaborative in itself. It's all encompassing in the sense that when you make an update on one portion of the account, it feeds through the rest of the account. You don't have to make multiple edits to get certain things. You can literally update your financial model, your projections, your cash flow forecast, balance sheet forecast, metrics, all at the same time during the financial model customization, whatever you want. Clockwork is building, again, everything bottoms up. So your chart of accounts, you will not have these accounts unless on some freak crazy situation, you have these exact revenue accounts and COGS accounts and operating expenses accounts on your company, you will not have it. Yours will look completely custom for your specific company. Then Clockwork is actually, again, building out your model based on seasonality, based on growth rates, based on industry, based on size, based on revenue, based on very key aspects of your specific business. Then I don't care how good software is, it'll never replace the value of someone knowing what's happening in the business. You get to come in and customize every aspect of Clockwork. And this is really where the power of Clockwork can be had in the platform, where we took a bet that no one wants to use the spreadsheets. Companies want to be able to plan on the fly. Accountants want to be able to plan on the fly with their clients, outsource CFOs and CFOs, the like. So you get to actually build your own models, your own things without needing a PhD in computer science to update spreadsheets or a full-blown background in FP&A and finance to do the spreadsheet planning. So when you want to update any of your forecast, all you have to do is click into the account and you'll select this on the period side where you can actually have a model going out 5 years, 1 year, 2 year, 3, it doesn't matter. You can literally custom build all that from scratch. Then down here, this is where you apply very simply, very easily, a growth rate. You could do month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year. You can even do variable growth rates. So if you want to do variable and it changes every single month, you'll have this autofill functionality across all of Clockwork where you can actually have variations for the next little bit, next time frame, whatever it may be. And you could do price times quantity. So for companies that are doing like units or contracts or professional services for agreements or e-commerce companies, that kind of stuff, if they want to forecast out goods sold or units or anything like that, you could do this. And then the same functionality around the variability with the same functionality around the autofill. So if you want to see what a price increase looks like, you want to see if you sell more units, sell less units, what that actually impacts, how it impacts, you could do that literally with a couple of clicks in here. Manual edit is where you can literally just say this contract is going to be $5,000, $5,000, and it's going to continue for the next blank, and it's going to be the same value, or we're actually going to add $5 every single month for the next 59 months. Now you have this literally built out for the next 5 years, going all the way out from the 5,000. Very simple way to do your modeling, very simple way to actually add things into Clockwork. Then on top of that, you can do percentage of account. So you can actually tie two accounts to each other. So this is good for hosting costs, for sales commissions, for the return on ad spend, for marketing spend, that kind of stuff. You can actually select which accounts are driven based off of this account. So and again, completely custom. So this will be your revenue, your COGS, your operating expense accounts from your chart of accounts. And Clockwork's doing that, again, within 3 minutes based on the automation or based on the integration. There's no implementation with Clockwork. So you'll be able to come in and select, okay, I'm going to reference this account and it's going to be 2% of that. And again, you also have the variable functionality. So if you want to have it grow or not grow or whatever, you can do that at pretty much as much granularity as you want. Then the most powerful, and I'd say honestly, probably the most popular, is the custom formula builder. So in Clockwork, again, it's not built on spreadsheets. There is no back-end spreadsheet that feeds Clockwork. All of this is our proprietary technology, which is why we can have so much power and so much flexibility around the ease of use. But your custom formula, you can literally build your own formula, just like you would in Excel, just a lot more simply. And you'll be able to model out with your financial and non-financial data directly into Clockwork. So these custom variables, again, these will not be there. These are all custom created on a net new account. You won't have these two unless you type them out and add them as variables. But you can actually add variables directly into Clockwork. And you can say new custom variable. I'm going to project out, number of t-shirts that you're going to sell. You'll select which unit. So this will be a number. You can also select the dollar amount or a percentage, like for churn or anything like that. So you'll select number. Behavior, again, this is a little bit more of the customization power that you'll get in Clockwork. This allows you to plan incrementally or comprehensively for your assumptions. So do you want Clockwork to add the numbers every single month, or do you want to always put the balance of those numbers? Like, are you going to sell 5 this month, 10 next month, 15 next month? And then you want Clockwork to add all of those? Or do you want to forecast out at, I have 5, and then we sold 20, and then we sold 50, and then it takes the last number? So we'll save and add to formula. It'll literally build that formula, and you'll have the data to update on a monthly basis what the number of t-shirts are going to be. So down here, you'll literally come in here and you can type in, we're going to sell 50, and we're going to go out and, do whatever these assumptions that you want. And then all of a sudden, now you have this, and you can multiply it by, and you can either type in a number here. So you could say times $25 or $2 or whatever it is, or you can create another custom variable if you want to have that be a variable and basically have more functionality around it. A lot of power on the custom formulas. This is by far our most powerful piece of the assumption building in the financial models. You have an area to write a note. So a lot of people like to write comments on financial models. I loved to do that. When I was a CFO, I would literally build a formula and have a cell, and then I'll say, edit, enter comment, and then anyone that wanted to know what's the rationale behind that, they can just open it. So with Clockwork, we have that exact same functionality. Now, another very unique piece of Clockwork with the financial model, with the formula building, with the customization are your timing profiles. So this is how you update your balance sheet and your cash flow forecast at the same time as you're building out your models. So Clockwork has automatically, the AI will actually learn based on that transactional data what your payment terms are per account. So it'll always say intelligent, and Clockwork, when you hover over it, it'll explain why it does the certain way that it does. But you get to then customize every aspect of it. So if you want to come in here and you're going to say, we're going to immediately recognize our cash, whether it's credit card payments or it's a store and they're paying right off the, right at the time of purchase, whatever it may be, or if you're invoicing your revenue. If you invoice it to your customers and they're on net 30 terms, you can do net 30. If you invoice them and there's different payment buckets where they collect 50% in 30 days, you could literally type in 50, and then in 30 days, and then you can add another bucket, and then you're going to say 25% in 45 days, add another bucket, 25% in 112 days. You can customize all those aspects of how it impacts your cash flow forecast. Then down here, this is another unique thing, is Clockwork allows you to do your deferred revenue and deferred expense planning. So if you have multi-year contracts, you sign annual engagements, whatever it may be, you can defer the revenue recognition. You can build that, and then you can literally update your balance sheet forecast at the same time. So again, these are all going to be custom. So these are your actual balance sheet accounts that will show up here, and then you get to build them all out. And then this is if you delay it, you can spread it. If, say, the contract is signed in April, but you're not going to start the work until June, you can delay the revenue recognition so you can still build your financial model and not have to worry about coming in and updating it when the work actually starts. All the flexibility, all the customization, all the power. And then you can literally delay the revenue recognition and then spread the revenue recognition over whichever one you want, however many months that contract is going to be. So that's some of the most simple and most powerful ways. And then you can also add as many of these rules as you want. So if you want to add and build out your t-shirt sales, but then you want to add like what an upsell looks like, or you want to add what a churn looks like, or return percentage, or whatever it is, you can literally add multiple rules and interact them with each other. And you can tell Clockwork, add these, subtract these, multiply them, divide them. There's no limit of the customization and the chains that you can build for every assumption across the board. And there's literally no limit. You can have 50 rules under one assumption if you want. Now, when you do create an assumption, this will show up as the purple and pink. So this purple pink, row shows that it's a user created assumption. All the white cells will show that that's the Clockwork AI in the back end building out the assumptions. So when you hover over it, it'll tell you what the actual assumption was for that account. You can also add new accounts. So again, Clockwork pulls in your chart of accounts from scratch, but you can also edit your chart of accounts in Clockwork and it will not mess anything up in QuickBooks Online or Xero. So Clockwork is a one-way feed only. So it's literally your sandbox. You can do anything you want in Clockwork and it will never mess anything up in your actual accounting system. So adding accounts is super simple. You'll literally say, I'm going to add a new account and we're going to go into a new market, create account. It'll literally add it into your P&L. So now you have a new revenue account called new whatever. You can customize that and then go in and build all your stuff out. And you're like, actually, I don't like that, or I don't want to do that, or that doesn't make sense. This is where all your what if planning can happen pretty instantaneously and collaboratively and dynamically and all the buzzwords, right? You can also create new groups. So if you want to have a new parent account, which is the verbiage that QuickBooks Online uses, so you could have a new parent account and then select the accounts that you want under that. So you could say all this and you'll say subscriptions, create group. Now Clockwork will roll those up. So now you have them rolled up under that. And so you can have a hierarchy of your accounts and how you want to forecast out or how your clients want to forecast out. So again, all the flexibility, all the power. And one of the things we always hear about is everyone making a big deal about BVA, budget versus actual variance. Ours is built for you. So there's no templates in the back end. It literally, you come in here and you want to build a variance and you do this on a brand net new account. You can say, I want to see prior period variance and percentage. You click it, Clockwork will add the prior period variance percentage. And so it'll have literally your entire variance going out a full 5 years if you want. You can edit the different columns if you only want it monthly, you want a quarterly roll up, you want the annual, all the power that you'll have directly here at your fingertips. You don't need to do all these different variances. So you can click on prior period variance in dollars and year over year and percent of revenue, and it's all built for you, right? It's all automatic. You don't have to spend a bunch of time doing the variance views. Then there's a lot of other things in terms of organizing accounts and managing the variables and doing all that. If you wanted to actually import any of the data that you want that does not live in QuickBooks Online or Xero, you can do that with our template here. So you can literally download the template to import all those custom variables. Like we added this number of t-shirts one, we custom created average contract value before in pipeline contracts, whatever it may be. You can actually download a template and import all that data directly into Clockwork. Then when you're actually building out your financial model, headcount is always one of the biggest things that companies factor into. And again, before I jump to that functionality that we walk through is available for your entire financial model, your entire P&L, from your revenue to your COGS to your OPEX. You build your assumptions from bottoms up across the entire financial model. Then you go into the headcount planner. So headcount planning is obviously one of the biggest cost factors for companies. We integrate with all the major payroll providers. So to do an integration, you literally just hit manage and connect into those accounts like Gusto and ADP and Paychex and Paycor and all that kind of stuff. And Clockwork will actually pull in first name, last name, title, pay, taxes, all the variability and on all the detail of your employees based on the integration. And if you don't want to integrate, you can manually build your own headcount plan in Clockwork. And again, we make it as easy as possible. You can download a template, fill out all the names, and then import them via CSV, or you can add them directly here. Another unique thing about Clockwork is you can also do the 1099 and W-2 contractors or 1099 contractors and W-2 employees all at the same time. So you'll come in here and you'll fill out you'll say, they're going to be the CEO, whatever it may be, the janitor. You build it out and you can say, do they get payroll taxes? Are they going to be getting benefits? Or are they a contractor? They don't get either. You can actually do it both. You can plan out for both on the same module, at the same time. And then down here, again, we add more power and more customization. So if you have certain payroll expense accounts and certain titles that have different buckets, some of their time goes into exec spend, some of their time goes into travel, some of their time goes into whatever it may be. You can actually add new buckets, and you can have as many buckets as you want of what goes to what for the payroll expense account. Then down here, this is where you'll fill this out. You'll add the dates. You'll do all the stuff that you need to do, and then you'll select the base pay, and you'll be able to build it all out for you. This is the headcount planner. You can go out a full 60 months, and again, this feeds directly into your financial model, which feeds directly into your cash flow forecast. So Clockwork, you can actually tell Clockwork what your payroll pay periods are. I know a lot of the other software, you can't actually select it or tell it what the actual pay periods are. But not only can you select which ones, you can tell Clockwork what the pay period date actually is. Like when is the week ending of the biweekly, or when is the beginning of the biweekly? A lot of power, a lot of customization. And then your headcount planner feeds directly into your cash flow. So cash flow, Clockwork is the only software that does a weekly cash flow forecast. So you have your weekly view literally going out 52 weeks, and it's building every single thing from the bottoms up. So it pulls in all your cash revenue with the hierarchy that we built. So we customize that subscriptions. Now we have this parent account pulling into the cash flow, and you literally can see it on a weekly basis going all the way out. And you see all the cash revenue, but you also see the invoices. So Clockwork is pulling in individual invoices and individual bills with all their data. And not only does it pull it in, but it allows you to update and manage the payment dates that are coming from your customers or going to your vendors, and it won't write anything back into QuickBooks Online or Xero. So you come in here and you're going to like, okay, I talked to this person. Daffy Duck is going to pay us on the 18th. And I talked to him and blah, blah, we're still going to pay. You literally custom build this and you can say, talked to Daffy again, going to pay, hit save changes. Now you don't have to manage an Excel spreadsheet to make sure that this cell is referencing this cell and the customization and da-da-da-da-da. You now just updated your cash flow forecast. So we added that 10,000. It's going to be paid on April 18th. So now you'll come over here and boom, it shows overdue invoices will be paid on the week ending April 19th for April 18th. So immediate customization, immediate power. Let Clockwork do all the math for you. That's really why we built it. And you have that same functionality on the bills. So your bills, you can literally, we have Goofy paying us on this specific date. So say they never paid that day, they're going to end up paying us or we will pay Goofy on the 24th. We never paid Goofy. And so you can literally, again, write a note, do whatever you want, save the changes, and that automatically updates your cash flow forecast. So you'll have this on the cash outside under bills. Now we have that $500 that we're paying Goofy on that week. So a lot of customization. Clockwork will literally handle every single aspect of your cash forecast on the transactional data from your invoices, bills, and then plus all your financial model. So when you build out your financial model, it speaks to your cash flow, it speaks to your balance sheet, it speaks to your metrics, it builds everything out all at the same time. So that's usually some of the biggest things on the cash flow forecast. You can also actually build out your balance sheet assumptions as well. So if you want to do fundraising, you want to take on a loan, do any distributions, anything like that, all your assets, liabilities, and equity can be adjusted directly into your cash flow forecast. So you want to come in here and you build certain things out. Again, these are all custom. So you build this, you'll select which balance sheet account it's going to impact. You select the amount. And you'll type it out and you're going to say it's one time, it's repeating. And if it's repeating, it repeats every month, every week, every day, indefinitely for this, like all your lending, all your loans, all that stuff, CapEx, every single thing, you'll be able to model out directly here into Clockwork, and it updates your cash flow, and then it recalculates your cash flow forecast, and then it updates your balance sheet as well. Jumping into the balance sheet forecast, so Clockwork's doing this again out of the box automatically based on your specific transaction. So your balance sheet account will have every single thing based on your cash, your current assets, all your accounts, all your liabilities, all your owner's equity. Every single aspect of Clockwork will be custom built for your business. Nothing really much to say. It's a balance sheet forecast. Metrics, everyone loves charts and graphs. And we make it super simple to visualize all the aspects of your company. When you actually get to the Clockwork metrics dashboard, it'll start off blank. And so you get to custom build your own metrics dashboard, and you can leverage Clockwork's library. So we actually have a metrics library down here. We have your profitability, we have liquidity, we have solvency, we have all this different functionality that you can have. And if you want certain things, you literally just check the box and you add the metric, and it'll actually add directly into your into the metrics dashboard literally immediately. And then you get to customize the look and the feel of the actual metrics dashboard. So if you want to have a line bar on a line chart on this one, or you want to switch to a bar graph, whatever it may be, you can actually toggle the two and it'll change and have different ones for each different metric. You'll be able to track it. You can see this fiscal year, last fiscal year. No longer do you have to go and hunt and peck in QuickBooks Online or Xero to figure out like how much money did we make last year, or how much money did we lose, what did we spend, whatever it may be. You can automatically see all that stuff directly here with just by switching the periods. And then you get to come in and actually build your own metrics. So the beauty of Clockwork is, like I said, you update one thing, it updates through the entire account across the board. So you come in here and you add your custom metric name. You select which unit you want it to be shown in. Is it a number? Is it a dollar amount? Is it percentage? We do have multi-currency. So if you are in the UK or anything like that, it actually recognizes the local currency of your QuickBooks Online or Xero account, and we'll update that. Or is it a percentage, whatever it may be. You can actually tell Clockwork, do you want it to be an upward trend? Or do you want it to be a downward trend? Or does the trend not matter? So is it a neutral trend? You'll actually be able to add that trend so Clockwork can show if green is up or good, bad or good, whatever it may be. It'll actually change the color of your chart. Then down here, like we said, we have all those variables. Now you can build metrics based on the exact data that we built the driver-based forecasting, all your balance or all your financial model, all your assumptions. You leverage those directly in your metrics. So if you want to see revenue per t-shirt, now you can literally say, I want to see my new market revenue, and I want to divide it by whatever number of t-shirts, or vice versa, or whatever you want. You can literally build this all out to be however elaborate you would want it to be as well. Clearing it out should be simple as well. And that's literally, a lot of power. You can PDF this directly here. You just hit export. It'll PDF the view here. You have all your metrics. You can see your custom metrics directly here, all your metrics here. You can search for metrics if you have a very robust one. You can drag and drop these. You can move these. You can delete some. It's all dynamic directly in your metrics dashboard. Scenario planning. This is where you can build literally an unlimited number of financial models. So if you want to build out your budget, your scenarios, your COVID 2.0, your tariffs, your whatever it may be, you can actually edit and change your baseline financial model and have it be something that you can always track and track performance and variance on. So all you have to do is when you create the account, again, these are all going to be non-existent because these are all have been created on our demo account. So you'll have add new scenario. then you can come in here and you can name the scenario. So you can say this one's going to be for the tariffs and the end date. I'm going to build this out for the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever it may be. This checkbox allows you to take your assumptions from your baseline financial model and attach them to the scenario. So if you only want to tweak one thing or you want to completely redo it, you can actually uncheck this box and you can start from scratch. So we'll say use assumptions. If you have an existing scenario, you can actually copy your scenario. And again, all these are going to be custom. So you'll select, start writing your scenario. Then you'll literally go into building your financial model from scratch. And you're like, I want to build out sales. I want to build out customer CYZ, hit confirm. Now you'll have edit assumptions because we have an actual assumption there, or add assumptions. So if you're like, I want to edit my assumptions that exist on there, you open this up. These are the ones that we already had on your baseline financial model. You can customize them and you can customize the timing profiles, how it impacts cash, all the granularity that you want. Then you'll go into the next step, which is building out COGS. Next step, which is building out OPEX. And again, you can literally select all of them or none of them or one of them or whatever aspect you want. It'll carry over the assumptions that you can edit. Then you hit go to summary. Clockwork will actually build you an overall summary. It'll say these are the average things on the forecast. This is from your baseline financial model. These are the average things on your scenario. So your scenario will show you, you have your chart, your financial model, your cash flow. It'll show you the difference between the two. But the most impactful piece is when you hit view scenario, it'll actually build you that model with your actuals coming in, your scenario, and then your baseline forecast, your baseline financial model will be pulled in. And then it'll show you the variance. And obviously we didn't edit any of them, so the variance is going to be null. But this is always going to be updated in real time as well. So Clockwork updates every single day from QuickBooks Online or Xero automatically. And if say you did your month-end reporting and month-end close, and you want Clockwork to automatically update all that stuff, you can go in and force a sync, do a manual sync. It'll take a couple minutes and it'll update the account as a whole. You can again edit and customize all of these. You can change what the variance looks like as well, what the variance view looks like. A lot of power, a lot of customization. Again, you can build as many of these as you want directly into Clockwork. Reporting, this is very simple. You can come in here and you're going to say, I want to include all of these different things, hit generate, and it'll actually PDF it for you. So it'll say, this will be the name of the company that you have. It will not say Clockwork. And then it'll say report generated on, and then you have your dashboard, your model, your whatever things you told Clockwork to export. It'll do that, and then you'll just hit save as PDF. What a lot of users do, what a lot of our partners do, is they'll actually go into the settings and they will build out their permissions per employee, per teammate, per client. So when you invite people in, you'll select their permissions. You can do edit, admin, or view only, and you actually control their access on a per module basis. So if you only want someone to come in and log into Clockwork and only see the metrics dashboard, you can do that. If you only want them to edit the metrics dashboard, you can do that. So you have full customization and control over who sees what they can do and how they can do it, literally directly from the users. And again, with Clockwork, it's unlimited on the number of users as well. Model settings, this just gives you more power. So you could do prior period forecasts like, oh, I want to update my existing budget or my existing model and put it into Clockwork, or I want to start net new. You can show all that kind of stuff. Here, this is where you'll be able to toggle between weekly and monthly. Connected data, this is where you can come in and do a manual sync. Clockwork will show you when it was last synced. And so say you want to come in, you want to hit sync now. This is where you'll connect your payroll. This is where another area where you can edit those custom variables that we created in the financial model and referenced in the metrics dashboard. Payroll settings, we walk through this. This is where you can literally do all of your merit raises, default yearly raises. This is how much it's going to be. This is what it is on this side. You have different different fiscal years that you can plan, different calendar years, whatever it may be. This is where you'll manage all of the different um, titles that you'll have for your headcount plans as well. And again, we try and make it easy. You could do a template if you have a ton of different titles and import them into Clockwork as well. Smart alerts. This is something that's super unique to Clockwork. Clockwork will actually email you or any user on your account every day, every week, every 2 weeks, every month, every 2 months. You have all that functionality, all the frequency. You can customize that, and they'll actually get an email that captures the Clockwork score. It captures the top 5 revenue accounts, the top 5 expense accounts, and the top 5 outstanding invoices, and the top 5 outstanding bills. And it'll actually give you those prompts literally based on the frequency. It'll be directly into your inbox. If you want to check in anything out, you just click it, and it'll actually take you to the Clockwork account. So this is a very unique thing. We're building more functionality around the AI smart alerts, or actually start giving you recommendations and all that kind of stuff. But right now, you're getting those emails based on this frequency. Employee benefits. This is another piece that's unique to Clockwork. You can actually build whatever benefits you want into Clockwork, and you can actually have it be a dollar amount. If you're doing, certain learning or education or anything like that, you could do a percent of base pay, whatever it may be, for benefits as well. So that's a lot of the high level functionality of Clockwork in the account itself. Now, if you do have access, if you are an accountant, if you're an outsourced CFO, if you're an entrepreneur that runs multiple entities, you can do consolidated forecasting and manage multiple entities on one Clockwork account. So you get access to what's called the Champions Console, where this is where you will add new accounts, add new clients, all under your one login. So you'll come in here, hit add new company, and it'll very easily just take you to the QuickBooks Online or Xero login page, and you'll log in, and it'll integrate and then assign it to your account. This is where you get to turn on and off certain subscriptions for your accounts as well. We have a free version of Clockwork that is leveraged for accountants who don't have advisory clients and want to upsell them into advisory services. So that's one of the ways that you can leverage the free version, which is basically just the AI numbers and dashboards and charts and graphs. And then all the customization will be what you will get on the higher tiers. This is where you'll actually manage your individual employees, your individual team members. So access to them, clients, whatever it may be, shareholders, VCs, you can actually give them access. And then this is where, again, this is just a highlight that you can control on a per module basis what they get access to. So very simple, very straightforward. On the Champions Console, you have full power to turn on and off your own accounts directly into Clockwork, directly in the Champions Console. And then when you want to log in, you just hit the account and you'll be brought into the account. Now, there's a lot of in-app education as well. So we have this resource center here on the right. Get started. There's step-by-step guides. There are videos. There are announcements. There's all this kinds of stuff that you can do. We have all the news here. We have our blogs. We publish everything. We're all about giving away as much content and help as possible. You have intercom down here as well. So you can literally chat our team immediately. It goes to the entire company. And you'll get access and answers literally pretty immediately. And you also have the history of all your other messages, and then you have Clockwork University in addition to all the other help guides. So we have multiple help, multiple resources, multiple areas of help. So a bunch of resources to make sure that you're getting the most out of Clockwork, and to make sure that you're getting the most for your company. Again, Clockwork was born out of my outsourced CFO firm. I was a CFO for one of my clients for a few years, and I literally spent all my time building these models. I would charge people a lot of money to be able to build just the financial model and a cash flow forecast. What Clockwork does in literal minutes used to take me north of 20 hours to do, and then to maintain it used to take me north of 5 to 6 hours, and now literally does it automatically. So let us know how we can help. Check it out, Clockwork.ai. It'll literally take you 3 minutes to create your account. Everything is custom built and would love to help you in one way or the other. Thanks.